What's up, my chaotic crew? Bentley Michaels here. Hey, did you see us on Instagram and Twitter this week? Limited edition stickers provided by our old pal Caleb. Hey, is that something that you would be interested in? Would you want to get your hot little hands on them? Let us know. We're also thinking about the cool little 1-inch buttons, maybe some other stuff. If there's some merchandise ideas that you have, is there a shirt that you would like to see possibly from us? Hit us up on the Twitter and or the Instagram and or chaoticamateurs.com. I also believe it's chaoticamateurs@gmail.com. I don't know. Look at the show notes. All of that stuff is there. Hey, have you reviewed? Have you subscribed? Have you done the thumbs up? But please keep sending out your reviews. It helps us climb the charts and take down everybody else on over at iTunes. Also, soon we could possibly be on Pandora. Ooh. But until then, listen to this week's adventure. But first, the music.
In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
And welcome back to Chaotic Amateurs. iTunes is the world's #1 D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM for Season 3, Bentley Michaels. To my right, we have...
Cinder Darkloft.
Ooh.
Dash is Peleus.
Rhett is Duroc.
And Milo is Ren.
Oh, and where we last left our heroes, ladies and gentlemen, they had just had a little fun jungle gym time. Going all over the rope ladders, and Peleus, I think, 7 or 8 times you fell off that ledge straight into the water before you finally got up there.
Yeah.
Athletic type he is.
Yeah,
Not
and Cinder with a natural 20 climbed right up the rope ladder, which Ren did not enjoy. He did not trust that natural 20, and Duroc and Ren, the Abbott and Costello of the group, just tying themselves together and falling all over the place and falling through bridges. They finally made it. Everyone finally made it out to the center where I last left you all. You were sitting in the basket. It's suspended on all 4 sides. In the middle with some rope. You looked out to the east, and in front of you, several hundred feet away, you see basically the water that's below you. You see it going out, and you see this arch in front of you that sort of connects like the several hundred feet, and you guys were back here, and it was a big old circle, and several hundred feet in front of you is an arch, and there's just vines and foliage and trees and everything, and it just looks like a grown over arch. You had completed putting together the medallion of Langdon the Imposter. To go over that once again real quick, think of it as a quarter. If you've seen A Christmas Story, the little Orphan Annie thing, it's 2 pieces that now it looks like 2 pieces that are connected together. On the front part, if you will, the front half piece, like if they're like this, so this piece all the way around it is in common the alphabet, or English, the alphabet. On the back was a 1 through 26. You had it lined up. With 20 at the top and A at the top. Right now, as it's clicked together. When the third piece clicked on, which is this bottom piece that has like the sun and the moon and the lower body of the guy pointing at the Where's Waldo guy pointing at the building, it clicked out sort of like this piece that sort of rotates, so like the sun and the moon can move around. It just kind of spins, and it's sort of thinly made around the top, so it goes with the letters. You can still see the letters, so it's like it's just kind of 2 thin pieces where you can still kind of like think of what is that? Drew Carey, Price is Right. It spins, but you can still see like the inside of it or whatever, and the sun and the moon move around. The guy, very piratey looking man. He's got a sword in his thing, and he's pointing up at what you probably assume is the loot layer. And on the back, when you flip it over, there is a spiral on the whole back of it. Just starts up here and it spirals around into the center. It's just a whole bunch of numbers. You guys had woke up early in the morning, and I would say that at this point it's about 10-ish or so after you guys, Peleus in classic fashion, melted a couple people during your wizard fight, and you guys are staring east at the sort of grown over arch. That's 250, 300 feet away from what you guys are kind of visually looking at right now. I'm going to send you an email with all of the with the numbers, and that's where you're at.
And let me just get this straight. So when you said that we woke up fairly early, that was before.
That was before the fight.
Okay.
That was before the fight. You guys were in the forest.
And before we got to where we are now.
And before you got to where you are. So I believe you burned command.
Yeah.
And
I took some damage too.
Yeah. So that's where we're at.
We are suspended over water right now.
Yes, you were in what appears to be a basket, and all of the jungle gym of everything else is around you. But yes, you're a couple 100 feet up in the air, suspended over the water.
Guys, I think we need to analyze this medallion a little bit more closely now that we've completely ignored it and climbed over this thing.
All right.
I'd be happy to take a look at it.
Yeah, somebody that's has a higher intelligence score than me should take a look.
I mean, technically, I have the highest intelligence. So,
I don't like to admit it,
smart.
but yes, you do.
Yeah, that's rude. That's pretty rude of you.
All right.
You have the coin, Durak.
So
Are you giving it to me?
Yeah, go ahead and take a look.
It's a slow passing of the coin.
Well, I was looking to Ren to make sure that, he approved of this. Have you solved it yet?
No, it's literally been seconds. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's a lot of
All right, so I've got numbers around the side, right?
You've got the numbers that I just sent you are the spiral of numbers that take up the entire back of the medallion.
okay. And 1 through 20 are on the edge.
Just like the coin in A Christmas Story. Numbers, letters. And if you want to move it, you can move it just like the coin in A Christmas Story.
How about now, Peleus? How's it looking?
Yeah, not any better. Nope.
So there's zeros like spaced out. That makes me think they're like a common thing, like a space, or
like the end of a sentence or something like that.
or maybe a vowel.
I'm assuming this is like a message. It's just coded.
Do you guys want to? Wait a second. Can I see that coin thingy?
Right, here you go.
Okay. Thank you.
I eye him while he's holding it.
Ren's got the suspicious eyes.
Yeah.
There you go, new party member. Have a look at our quest item.
Searching for
Yeah.
I throw it over the edge.
He brought you the third piece.
I implicitly trust you, and I toss it to him.
He brought you the third piece.
Peleus, I think your intelligence score is higher than his.
But here's the thing, guys. I remember a puzzle similar to this on an adventure I'd been on in the past, and this looks kind of familiar.
It's nautical coordinates, right? Am I right?
I doubt it. But I do think that we should line up numbers with the letters according to this to see if we can spell something out or
So
something.
put the A with the 1.
That would be but there's 26.
But there's like 29 numbers
30.
on here.
31.
Yeah, it's not the alphabet. I already tried that.
Yeah, it's not the alphabet.
Unless.
Is there number 29 on there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Stupid website.
There's also a 31.
And a 21,
And there's
27,
also
26, 29.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think whoever made this realized there's only 26 letters in the alphabet.
There was some weird website that I was like, oh, this will solve all my problems. And apparently it screwed me.
Well, maybe
Maybe you rotate
the
past.
zeros are spaces.
Thank you, Ren.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Did Ren already say that?
Yeah.
Durock's just catching up.
Okay.
I've got it.
I definitely have the lowest intelligence score, so I hope you guys can forgive me.
And listening score.
What was that, Ren?
Can I roll an investigation to see if I can make sense of the numbers as it relates to language?
Sure.
I think we need to take the piece and re-snap it together because in my moment of anger.
15.
Okay. Upon a 15 investigation and listening to Ren, you would say that you would think that because the pieces do, like there's a sort of like that third piece that kind of like twirls, which moves like the sun
sun
and
and the moon.
the sun and the moon or whatever. Think of it as just like a third layer that those things kind of go around. Then the whole body, as far as the thing that showed like the major depiction of everything, is like the base kind of layer now that it's snapped into place. But if you wanted to, if you pushed it together, you could rotate it still. It's not stuck in place. So it's like, even though 20 is at 1 right now, with your investigation, like you just kind of start to move it and you realize that like, yeah.
Okay.
That you would likely have to set up the right number in order to break the cipher.
Gotcha.
And what else, did you want to do anything else while investigating it, or?
I do want to pay closer attention to the sun and the moon and see if maybe it corresponds with the time of day that we're at now.
No, it just kind of spins. Like if you could just kind of like spin.
It doesn't like display a certain number or anything as a result when I turn it.
The top of it, like I said, it's just like you could see in between, in between the sort of like thin piece of metal. Like it's just so you can see it.
Okay. Okay. Are we sure that we need to figure this out now, or should we try to get to the arch?
So I'm feeling kind of the sway of this area here. I feel like we've got a good idea of what we need to do with it. I say you should give
Let's
it
get
back
to
to me,
land.
and I'll put it in my pouch.
All right, so I figured out it's not the alphabet.
You figured out it's supposed to be the alphabet, but the website screwed me.
Okay, well,
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
so far, my first two words
So
are Saj and Jgud.
Is that close?
I don't think this is close to anything. Hold on. Nope, I don't have a 31.
Well, there could be extra numbers that are like symbols, like spaces or periods,
Or heart emoji?
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yes, I must do
Soj
stupid websites.
Ups, Ned, Saj, Tomsnst, Ozen. It's Dwarvish.
While they're talking,
You can never translate Dwarvish. It's so eloquent.
while they're talking, I'm gonna come over to Ren and I'm gonna hand him the coin, and I lean down to him and I say, "What happened to Yamhorn?" As far as I know, he left with you guys.
That's right.
I don't know anything like why he's not here.
I kind of like look up at you, like glassy eyes, and like I say, "He's gone."
Like gone?
He was here, and then he was gone. I'll try to communicate with him when we get a chance, but it appears that we messed with time.
I put a hand on his shoulder and say, "I'm sorry. Let's get back to work." and then try to rejoin the whatever these two yahoos are doing.
Were you guys talking about that guy who disappeared? Yeah, I liked him. He was nice.
So we think we should try to get off of this floating basket over the water.
All right, I'm in agreement.
All right, wizard, cast us a spell and get us over there.
Shut up.
You got like a disc we can float over all this with?
How long are the ropes, and what are they
Floating disc.
attached to that are suspending us?
They're just, I mean, like I said, it's several hundred feet across, so they're just like, they're attached to part of the whole structure that seems to be kind of attached, and you would imagine, like, as the ropes go out and, you know, it's attached into the forest throughout, but this is attached to sort of like the jungle gym out there, so it's not necessarily like, you know, attached to the cliff or whatever. It's all kind of like this big webbed structure that is all these ropes and all this stuff, but at the very base of it, you can see that it goes off, like, into the jungle and stuff like that. Or at the edge of it, rather.
Okay.
Can we swing through the arch if we were to take ropes and...
There aren't ropes for you to swing, no.
There's no ropes that we can get to from one rope to another rope.
No, you are at the edge of the... There's no more jungle gym in front of you.
We have to cut this and use the basket to float.
If we cut the two back sections, it will swing us through the arch.
That's I was going
The
to.
ropes are not 250 to 300.
That's why
feet
I
long.
was asking it. I was. If you said they were long enough, I was just gonna do it. I was just gonna cut those ropes. And
I think we need the
Come on,
person
man.
with the highest intelligence score to calculate the buoyancy force of this basket.
Duroc, you seem like a great guy, but why do you keep saying that? What you keep talking weird.
You're right.
He just thinks Peleus is really smart.
We have a party shorthand, and I know you're new to it, so I'll try to speak in layman's terms. Peleus, we need you to do the math on this.
Yeah, all right, let me do that real quick.
Imagine that this basket is like your ship. Can we
Peleus,
float
you
this
would
over there?
in order to respond to Duroc, you would think, I don't think the basket is what's going to get us there.
I don't think the basket's what's gonna get us there. In more or less words. Can I do like a perception check if there's anything around us or anything with the basket that is we don't immediately recognize or see?
I will just tell you that what you see basically is super, super thick foliage that you... So it's not like you can just like, oh, there's a ledge. We'll just walk over to the arch.
Peleus, maybe you should burn all that foliage out of the way, and we'll just go over
What's on top of the ledge? Is there
On
some
top of the arch?
Yeah, on top of the arch.
It's just trees, and it looks like it's just kind of grown over, like the forest has grown over the arch, and then there's like vines and stuff hanging down.
Is this a natural arch, or does it look like someone built it?
It looks like it looks like it's part of the rock and the cliff, that you were on, because
Like it eroded an archway.
sure, if you want to look down on it or whatever, it looks like there's like a big circular sort of thing. Then it drops down several hundred feet. There's the water suspended in midair is like the jungle gym thing. Then over here is like the arch, and you can see sort of like water and, other, sort of more of like another, if you were to look and get over there, you could kind of sort of see that it looks possibly like more of a cove on the other side. But it looks like you could like go under it. It's like an arch thing, but it definitely looks like, something has eroded this area. And now that's like kind of the last thing sort of keeping the structure.
So I have a feeling the loot layer's on the other side of this arch. How do you guys feel about me going over and investigating it with my
Flying cloak?
cloak?
Yeah, do it. Just fly over there and come back. We'll wait.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
So
So
why didn't we think about that before?
I'll throw out my cloak,
Okay.
and it'll kind of float and raise me up, and I'll fly towards the arch.
Okay. You fly towards the arch.
What do I see on the other side of the arch if I can make it that far?
You see another cove and water, and only this cove. Sure.
Okay.
yeah.
Is there a place I can fly down and land in that area that it kind of looks like?
No,
goes
it's
off?
pretty grown over. I mean, you could fly, you could land on a tree or land on something, on the edge or something like that. But it's not like before where you see like the path, sort of path that you guys came out of. It doesn't look over there where that place doesn't. It looks fully grown over and that sort of thing.
Okay. I'll fly back and relay that information.
All right, so it's just another cove.
It's another cove on the other side.
If anything, you would think it's an exit.
So wait, is our basket like is it suspended in air?
Yeah,
by ropes.
By 4 ropes.
Like a hot air balloon.
So and then below us is just water.
Just water, and all of those ropes are attached to the entire jungle gym that you guys were going through before.
So couldn't we just cut all the ropes and just drop down and just float?
Yeah, this is what I've been saying.
Use this as a.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
Another
a wicker boat.
option is
Moses.
if you want to fly over and get us some vines that are attached to the arch and we can swing.
There are
over.
no vines that long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he could fly somewhere
Oh,
out
200.
of here and bring us back a canoe.
Ooh, perfect.
Fly back
yeah.
to the beginning.
Yeah.
Carry a canoe.
How far is the drop?
Hundreds of feet.
Would we take damage?
Yes.
Would it be severe?
I got a lot of healing.
On a scale of 1 to 48.
On a scale
That's all
of
I got
on a scale of a
Yeah.
of a D12.
Ren, how deep is the water down there?
I'll fly down to the bottom and look and see how deep it is.
You can't really. It's not like a Caribbean cruise. You're like, I can see the bottom. You would assume, and Peleus having fallen in several times, you would assume that it's deep enough that, like, if you fell from here, you wouldn't hit the bottom.
Oh, don't think we'd hit. Do we have to jump out then? Is this what's gonna happen?
off the ladder?
Remember that?
It seems like a way more fun idea to cut the ropes, but I guess we could just jump over.
If we dive, we shouldn't be hurt very badly.
Oh,
or
wait.
Maybe I can try to carry.
Yeah, that's
one
what
at
I
a
was going to say.
time?
So it seems like
Slow
this
fall.
this
Ooh,
cloak
yeah,
of yours.
slow descent.
Yeah.
This cloak of yours. What can you do? What can you handle? Because I think you had a conversation earlier with the DM.
What are you capable of?
Yeah.
So I can pick you guys up with advantage, and
One at a time.
and try to maneuver you
Okay.
into position.
I'm cool with gambling. This sounds like fun. This is the kind of thing I'm into.
Once we get into the water,
I like that you guys still kind of took the route of last time, which is like this entire thing was predicated on you putting together a medallion, and you just gave up on it again.
Well, I tried to get
Yeah,
them to
it's
do
really hard. So
And
we don't like puzzles. So
and the fact that the numbers are wrong is kind of.
It won't matter.
It won't.
That's, you know, it's if you figure it out what you're supposed to do, the numbers being wrong doesn't matter.
And it's relevant in this very situation.
Hey, you only spent 5 episodes trying to put the stupid thing together.
All right.
6
We're not
episodes.
sure what it's capable of.
can
think,
I see the medallion?
Yeah, before we jump to maybe our deaths.
Let's give it one more
Duroc
shot.
puts Drakenstoner back. All right, I won't cut the ropes.
Can I just make an intelligence check on the medallion? 'Cause
Yes.
I have.
Of course you can.
Cool. So smart. Okay. 20, not natural.
I'm so happy. Okay, so Ren, you hand the medallion back over to Peleus?
yes.
Okay, so Peleus, you're looking at it and you're like, show me your tricks.
Come on, what
And,
you got for me there, little lady?
And you realize that the sword on the that the guy who's pointing at you realize his sword, because while it is like a 3D image and it's beveled out and sort of stuff, the sword seems almost too far beveled out, almost like it's a separate piece.
Could I try maybe pulling or pushing it?
Yo.
Finagling it?
you may
Yeah, molest that sword.
You may do either of those. Which would you like to do
I'm gonna
first?
try to push it in.
Okay, it seems as though it's as far as it can go in.
I'm gonna try pulling it out.
All right, you pull out a miniature sword that's probably half an inch or so long. The medallion's, like I said, it's like a silver dollar or like the silver dollar pancakes or whatever, so you pull it out. It's probably about a half inch to an inch long.
Oh, that is adorable.
That looks fun.
Sweet. And then
And
I
you would
toss
get
it in the river. No.
Well, there it goes. Don't want Durak to cut these ropes with this.
Better safe than sorry. Flick.
You're like, Ren, here's your new sword. And so I would say,
Is there like a different place I can stick it?
Yeah. Is there a slot
Where the sun
somewhere?
don't shine.
well, if Peleus has to relay what he's just done. You
Oi, everybody! I just pulled out this guy's tiny sword.
That's a cute little sword.
Oh,
It's adorable. Look, it came right out of the medallion.
how sharp is... Oh, God!
Throw it in the river.
We're all in agreement. Toss the medallion in the river.
So what are we going to do
Durak,
with
you
it?
take 66 necrotic damage.
Oh, God, it's like...
Peleus, is there anything under where it was, or is it just an outline now?
Well, let me look.
When you look at it now, it looks like it looks like you can kind of like look at it. If you were to do it levelly, it just fits right into the holster. But obviously, there's
You guys know a magic spell to make the sword bigger?
Wait, so there where he's pointing at that,
Yeah.
is there anywhere where you could stick the little sword in?
To like the doors?
To his
Yeah.
hand?
If you want to roll investigation again,
Yeah.
Is there any holes? Okay, hear me out, guys.
Can I help?
yeah.
Is this sword a key for the medallion? Like, should you insert it somewhere to turn things around?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out right now.
So just try it.
Yeah, Cinder, can you try to keep up?
Yeah.
I'm doing an investigation check.
Yeah.
Ren, are you helping me?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm
you
I'm
get
kind of like
advantage.
pointing
Give
at
me
things.
a
You get
D4
advantage.
or
You get
advantage.
advantage.
My concrete idea isn't helping you, but Ren just pointing at things is somehow.
So 23.
Great. So upon further investigation, you sort of see like the doors have somewhat of like a what am I trying to, like a seam, I guess, almost, and if you poke at it, you're like it seems as though like a piece of the doors would move, but not necessarily with the sword. As you turn the medallion around, you notice a similar seam. I forget how you guys had it lined up, but you notice a similar seam on the letter A.
So I want to twist the seam of the letter A above to where it's above the doors,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna see if I want to stick the sword in.
In the top?
Yeah, in the top, right?
Wonderful. As you do that, the doors to the building open, and there's a number 7 there.
7.
7.
That's important.
A7.
G. Oh, A7. A7.
There's some 7s in here.
So do we need to shift everything over 7? Or,
Do we? Or is it
know.
just...
Well, I did snap it in where it was at 20, so that's probably not right.
Yeah, that was just the base.
You guys just wake me up when you need somebody killed. Giant creature fought off.
Someone insulted.
If there's any stones you want me to inspect, I'm pretty good at inspecting stones.
That's what I was going for with the arch. I was hoping it was built.
So, what would you like to do with the medallion? Are you gonna shift it around, or so it's A7? Is that what you said you were gonna do, or?
I want to see where the other letters and numbers line up. If it's
So you
A7.
shift to A7, or
Yes.
okay. Sure. No, I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay.
I
so
think that's where we should start.
okay. So now it's A7, and if you guys will all roll me
It's a pocket
Sanity?
dimension. The loot layer is in
intelligence / investigation.
15.
Durak.
Yeah, it was a crit fail.
Okay.
16.
Durak, you're like, I hate riddles.
Almost as
5.
much as politics.
I got
16.
I got a 5.
Okay, so and you got 15, Ren? Okay, so between you two, Peleus and Ren, some time goes by, but you're able to. You're sitting down there. You both kind of sit down in the basket. Somebody pulls out a thing of parchment, and with A7, you start to go through the numbers. And after about 30, 40 minutes of time, you get to the end of all the numbers, and you realize you have a message written down.
What does it say?
And in the meantime, Duroc got a short rest because he was just snoozing.
Yeah? Okay.
Duroc does not get a short rest.
Damn it.
He's trying.
Yeah. So you realize. Yep.
You okay there?
You realize, Peleus or Ren, you can read this out to the group. You realize this is a message that you have. Midday or midnight, with light from the sky, here the entrance path doth lie. So move yourself forward and follow the glow to the library of Langdon and let your knowledge grow.
All right, so it seems only in direct moonlight or sunlight, the path... Oh, I relay that whole message.
Okay.
It seems like in direct moonlight or sunlight is when we'll find the path to Langdon's loot layer.
Why do they write it in meter like that?
I'm surprised you know what that is.
They're pirates. They like to have
Big
fun.
Dwarvish poetry is very beautiful.
I doubt it.
Really? Why don't you tell us one of your favorite poems?
Yeah, what's your favorite poem by one of your favorite dwarven poets?
And who is the poet? You have to...
Yeah, what's his name?
All right?
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Fine.
Yeah, come on. We're not moving out of this basket until
Yeah,
you...
we're not going anywhere till I get a poem.
I got nowhere else to be.
One of my favorite dwarven poets.
Stop procrastinating. Get it?
Yeah. His name...
I can't think.
Billy Sanchez.
Dwarfy McDwarfface.
His name was Durin the Deathless.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you guys like that?
So
Yeah.
far?
Pretty close to Duroc, but go on.
Well, yeah, also, whatever. We don't want to go there. We have a lot of similar sounding names in Dwarvish.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Sue us.
Yeah.
Peleus.
I might. Got several outstanding lawsuits.
And the poem, it's a Dwarvish love poem.
It's probably pretty long then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But I'll only quote to you my favorite passage. It's the passage that won my fair lady love's heart over when I was courting her. Of course, it doesn't translate very well to common, but
Get to it.
but the gist of it... the gist of it...
Hang on.
is that
Don't
Your-
look at me when you say it, please.
in common it roughly translates to your reality may only be an illusion when she is not there.
Well, it was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah?
That
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. Who'd you steal it from?
No, I wrote that.
You're deathless?
Yeah, you're
Duran deathless?
It's about time you guys know. Duroc has a pen name
I'm a
to write
famous- I'm a
dwarven love
famous
poetry.
beat
You're a
poet.
published poet.
Yeah,
So-
in Dwarvish.
Is this woman the woman that you married?
It was, yes.
What was her name?
Oh, I forget.
God, why are you guys such...
I have written down here what happened to Duroc's wife, and
She
it's
died of
circled.
dwarven cancer.
Yeah, she got
Oh, that's
dwarven
right,
cancer.
So I'm curious about Duroc's wife.
Well, she's dead.
Yeah, did we ever name her, though?
No.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
really
so.
hard to come up with lady dwarf names.
They're pretty much the same.
So, what time of day is it currently?
It is about 11ish. The sun is almost, high in the sky.
High noon, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost high noon.
It's high news.
And then, let's see. By sunlight or red moon, it'll reveal its path. I wonder if we have to
Yeah, do you want to hear it again?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Midday or midnight, with light from the sky, here the entrance path doth lie. So move yourself forward and follow the glow to the Library of Langdon and let your knowledge grow.
So
So-
clearly,
we have to look for some kind of glow here around noon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Noon seems to be the time.
So you guys want to have a snack or something?
is there another puzzle we could solve for 30 or 40 minutes? You guys want to hear some more dwarven poetry?
Actually, I am
Shut
going
up.
to be bringing that up, just so you know, periodically.
Dwarves love poetry. Okay.
So if we're just gonna hang out,
Yeah.
I want to cast Commune,
Okay.
and talk to Ulagon
Great.
because I have time.
Okay.
It only takes 10 minutes to cast it as a ritual.
All right.
Yeah, I can ask him a question
Okay.
and receive a correct answer for each question.
Okay. How in any limit or what's the time limit on this
3.
thing?
He needs an answer within 1 minute.
Okay.
And I can ask 3 questions. They're answered in yes or no answers. It's based on my
Only yes or
deity's-
no answers?
Yes.
Okay.
It's based on my deity's knowledge also.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of sit in the middle of the basket and take out some of my Ulagon things and set them aside. A little bit of water to kind of cast the spell.
Okay.
And I'll ask Ulagon. Is Yamhorn with you?
Can I
Yeah.
hear? Does he have to ask these questions out loud?
I don't know.
Probably. I mean, it's a...
So
I mean, you can do it
Ritual.
mentally if you want. Like if you just
I'll
wanna,
do it
like,
out loud.
Like you're.
I'm fine with everybody
meditating.
knowing what I'm...
Okay.
When I'm communing with Ulagon. I want them to know that he listens and
Okay. Sure.
responds.
So you ring him up. You've got Ulagon. Talk to me. What was the question
so
again?
Disrespectful.
Is Yamhorn with you?
Is Yamhorn with you?
No.
Do you know that he's missing and lost?
If there's a yes or if there's a noise or something for in between yes and no, he makes it. He-
Like a meh.
he's like, since it's only one word answers, it's like he wants to tell you more type of thing, but he's kind of like, and you get the idea of it's not a yes or no answer.
Is he on a plane where we can reach him still?
Yes.
That's 3. Thank you, Ulagon, and I do a little prayer. That's it.
What'd you learn, Ren?
See ya. Click.
Ulagon said that not Ren, who is Yamhorn, isn't with him, and he's not sure exactly if he's between planes or not, but he's in a place where we can reach him still. I'm not
I
sure
will
what
clarify
means.
that you. It's not that you thought that he was going like to the. It's not that he's unsure that he's in between planes. It's just the way you worded the question. He couldn't answer it correctly with a yes or a no.
I still relay
Okay.
what I understood to you guys.
Well, if he's in a place that we can reach him, he's in a place where we can rescue him.
And if I have to kill his way out of it, I'll do it.
Durak's gonna kill his way through existences to find Yamhorn.
I just kind of sit there after the ceremony is completed, the
Okay.
commune, and I just kind of look at my three companions here. Just kind of nod my head and be like, "This is okay. This is where I'm supposed to be."
Okay.
Is it noon yet?
Thank you. Yeah. After his little commune, because I'll say it was about 11:30 or so. It took him about 10 minutes, and then he relays all that information to you. You guys do with it what you want. As the sun starts to get up into the sky, you start to notice that this archway in front of you, as it's kind of like coming up, because
Like it's starting to
rises
catch
in
light.
the east, sets in the west. Right, there we go. So the sun has basically been behind this the whole time, and now that it's sort of coming up into the 12 o'clock position, it's starting to shine down, and you start to realize that what you thought was more of a solid arch, you start to see light sort of go through it, and what you see kind of like shining through on the outside, it looks like you can kind of just sort of see through, and it's given this iridescent glow, and you see what now looks to be almost carved into the arch, not dissimilar from Last Crusade when they get to the temple type of thing. But it definitely, you can kind of see through parts of it. So, there's, but it's lit up, and you do see a sort of 3 steps in front of it that sort of seem to be what before just looked like foliage. Now with it all lit up, it's almost like your brain with those stare at the puzzle posters or whatever. You kind of see like the 3D image, and you sort of just see 3 steps kind of hanging out in front. Now, if you guys will roll me an investigation or a perception, do a perception to see as you're taking all this sort of stuff in.
9.
9.
7.
21.
Duroc, you notice inside the basket now in front, the front that's facing east towards what you all rightfully assume is the loot layer. The front of the basket kind of has 2 little doors. You look at it and you go like, oh wait, these could come apart, and they would go out. And if you further look, there is 3 little steps in front of the basket.
So I open up the basket.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, crap. There's 3 little steps right here, guys.
I'm going to push him onto the steps. Draw him out!
Yeah. I mean,
They're sturdy?
they're steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good.
They're sturdy. Good call, Peleus. So, any thoughts on how to get over there? Is there, like, magic words?
Won't they just steps right to the door and we just open the door?
Just keep on walking.
Yeah, just
maybe
keep walking.
maybe more steps
Will
become
appear?
in view.
This reminds me of a puzzle I had to once solve. I had to take a leap of faith
Oh,
Yeah,
wolf.
I don't have much faith.
on a previous adventure. So.
I poke my foot out and I like start feeling around for like another step.
You don't feel anything.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Trust me, it
Why don't-
works.
Why don't you do
It works 100% of the time.
So yeah, I step up to the little open door.
Okay.
And walk to the step,
Okay.
and then walk to the next one.
Okay.
Say a little prayer. I'm like, Ulagon, I know that this is here. And I step down to where that step is, I believe, should be there.
Okay. So you step off the edge?
Yeah.
Cool. You disappear.
I go, run! And I run and I jump off the steps.
Cool. You jump forward, you disappear.
I told you.
I somehow know that you're
Peace
responsible
out.
for this. What is happening?
Peace out, bozos.
As he says what is happening, I walk backwards and just drop.
Cool. You
Dura-
fall all the way down to the water, and you take...
Yeah, you had to go forward.
No, yeah, you disappear.
And then Duroc goes home.
Yeah. All right.
I guess it's just up to me to go get Yamhorn now.
Guess I gotta cut these ropes.
Cuts the ropes to the basket and drops.
Ren, can you hear me?
No one hears you.
I draw my sword, and I walk through.
Gonna kill my way through this sorcery. Yeah, okay, cool. So you walk forward off the steps.
Yeah.
You disappear.
Yeah.
And when you reappear, you are standing on the steps hundreds of feet away with your pals, and you look back and you see the basket now 250 to 300 feet away, and you guys are now looking up, and what looks before from far away what you thought would be like an overgrown thing, it's while there is some moss and that sort of stuff, like this, actually it looks more just kind of like it's draped over, like it doesn't actually look like it's infiltrated like the stone design of this place. And you're actually sort of taken back about how big this place is. It's insanely large. It's a couple hundred, it'd be like 100 feet tall or something like that. And I actually wrote something for it, so I should probably go into that before wheeling and dealing. You appear on the steps you saw from a distance, and before you, in all of its glory, is the library, or the loot lair, as people have been calling it. It's a massive stone structure that seems to be carved out of and into the rock itself. Huge pillars stand before you, 4 on each side, 2 in front of the building on each side, 2 on each side on the outer edges, that seem to only be for decoration and holding up the overhanging roof. If you were to go around to either side, it would be almost like a pathway you could take, and if you were to guess, could probably walk around this whole structure. Directly in front of you are 2 massive doors. You have to walk up some steps to get to them. Think the clock tower in Back to the Future. And up to the right of the door is a familiar tea stand that has a small bucket attached to the front of it.
Can I walk over to the bucket and look inside?
Yeah.
What's in there?
Inside the bucket, you see a few coins that seem to be similar to yours, but on the whole, they look different, almost as if there's multiple adventures to get to this place.
Can I drop our medallion in?
Sure.
I do that.
Great. It glows, and you hear a loud click, and one of the doors kind of just goes.
Oh, think we're in, boys. Loot aplenty. I completely forgot why we're here. The gold, though, right?
Varkum sent you on a mission in order to find the map to Sidset, Lady of the Yellow.
Oh no, I
okay.
Right. Yeah, no.
And there's
I
also
know.
the other half of the sword.
Yeah.
I think we thought that was here.
You're not sure. I mean, you can think that if you like.
By the way, who's carrying that? Is that me or somebody
Yeah, you
else?
picked it up
would've picked it up.
after Yumhorn disappeared, and you used some of your tiger pelt, you decorated the scabbard.
Yeah.
And then Ren, you took his daggers that he had gotten and his potion of water breathing, but you don't know that it's a potion of water breathing.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk into the loot lair. I'm gonna walk into the doors.
Great,
Yeah, I'll follow Peleus.
cool. Everyone follows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All
I
right.
keep my sword out just in case.
Okay. Upon entering the library, you see a vast rectangular room. You can see in front of you that there's like, let's see. I keep wanting to see, this is why I hate writing stuff out, because it's like I want to do it. You seem to be on the upper layer, as throughout it, looking into it, you see several stairways going down to the right and left almost immediately of you, but as you look back into the vast expanse, you can see other stairwells. There seems to be like a very ornate stone carved, like, what would you call it? Just like a little, so you don't fall over, banister or whatever.
yeah.
Going all the way around except for where there's spots for stairs. To the right and left, you see just like tons of shelves, and there's just stuff everywhere. some of it looks like it's been there for a long, long time with dust and spider webs, and from what you can kind of see, the whole place is eerily lit up with torches throughout that seem to be just magically burning, you would guess, because they don't seem to be, it's just constantly on. In front of you is a large wooden desk with one of the biggest books on it you've ever seen. It's open.
I was going to speak as Yamhorn because I remember something about that book, but I'm not Yamhorn.
I remember something about that book.
That must be the book that has like the Rolodex or the
like the ledger,
the like code for what everything is and where it's placed for each person. So yeah, I want to go up to that book.
Okay.
The index. I will follow Ren.
Okay. The torches that you said are lit.
Yeah, they're lit up. They're burning.
Can I remove one from the wall?
It's higher up. I mean, you'd have to jump up to do it because it's a massive structure, and
but it's like cradled in it. It's not like a stone thing on the wall.
Well, it's like a thing, a sconce, if you will, and it's in there
holding the torch. Okay,
yep. And it's up above you.
I'd like to try to get one if I can.
If you can jump up 10 to 12 feet, you can.
Oh, Duroc can. You want me to grab you one?
Yeah.
It's completely unnecessary as the place looks.
Yeah.
I just looked up how high Duroc could jump, and I feel like I should use that ability.
Yeah. Hey, Duroc.
He can jump so that his feet are 10 feet off the ground.
Jeez.
Because you got those boots.
Duroc, do you mind snagging one of those torches?
Also, I will say this. When you look down, it looks like the second layer, if you go over to the desk and you kind of look over the banister below you, there's some tables in the middle, almost like a library. But then off to the sides and in the back, you just see more shelves and just piles of just stuff. It looks like a somewhat organized version of that treasure room in National Treasure. There's just stuff everywhere. There's gold. There's everything that you could pretty much imagine. There's probably something in there.
I jump up and get a torch out for Cinder.
He gets in there.
Can I look at the book and see if
Thanks,
I can?
Well, let's deal with Duroc first. So you're going to jump up and get a torch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like
give me an athletics.
Jeez. 12.
Okay. You jump up and grab a torch for him. And you take 10 shocking damage. So you jump up and grab and go, and then you're kind of blown back like Marty McFly in the Amp.
Thanks for the torch.
Yeah, I think they're electrified up there. Just.
So while they're like jumping in the air and stuff, I like lock eyes with Peleus and like we should read this book and find out.
Yeah, let's do that. And then
The smart people
see
in
if
the
there's
group.
any rules about taking gold that's not yours.
I seem to remember something about that.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but like maybe.
All right, you want to investigate the book or look at it?
Yeah, we'll
All right.
Yeah, I'll help him.
flip some pages back and forth.
Okay. Well, when you walk up to the book, you notice that on the right edge of the pages are letters. And the book is massive. It's 3 or 4 feet wide by, 2 or 3 feet tall. It's very, very big. But you see letters all down the right side, and you assume this is for keeping track of people's names.
What was the name of the person?
Farkham.
Varkum?
Yeah,
Farkham.
Slatebrook.
You
Yeah,
don't
we'll
know that.
Look for the V's.
Look for the S. Maybe it's last
Slate
name.
book? Oh, Slate book. Yeah,
Maybe it's last name.
that would make more sense.
Maybe you should look up under his real name. Wimp Little Crybaby. Check that one.
You don't find that in the book.
Oh, it is here.
Wimp
Just a
McCrive.
guy comes around the corner. I'm Wimp, the crybaby. I'm the keeper of
You
this place.
rang.
You rang.
So yeah, we'll look for Slate book's name. Slate
Okay. So you go to S's?
Mhm.
Okay. And as you start to flip through the book, that's where we leave it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in. For us, it'd been about a month since we played last. Very good to be back around our proverbial table. Thank you for joining us on our podcast D&D table. I've been your host and DM, Bentley Michaels. To my right, I have
Cinder.
Dash is Peleus Ian Earth.
Red is Durok Dragonsbane.
Milo is Ren.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.